Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is who I am. I'm Sandra. Oh, I'm absolutely exhausted today. Yeah, we're on one of the hottest days of this year. I can't remember what the day is today, the 18th of July. And I'm not even flustered about the weather or anything like that. I had a shit day. And the reason being I've had a shit day is the same stuff all the time. We have services out here that are meant to help someone who's got a mental health illness. You know, these services, they seriously are not fit for purpose. They're just not fit for purpose. If you saw the state of me earlier, yeah, these people have been testing me for a few weeks now. Yeah, and we all was aware that this heat wave is coming. And I was already, had been tested for the last few weeks, not just with mental health services, but also people in my life, yeah, who don't see my value. And this is one thing that's happened all my life. It's like everyone seems to think that they can do what the hell they want with Sandra, and Sandra's just got to accept it. And listen, I'm not a kid anymore, yeah, where I listen to people's bullshit and I believe your bullshit, yeah. This voice here was shut all my life because I wasn't allowed to speak, yeah. I don't care who you are. I'm not protecting nobody anymore, because the only person that was affected during all protecting of other people is me, yeah. And it all started as a child. I'm a big 54-year-old woman now, yeah, and I refuse. For the last year, I refuse now to allow people to manipulate me. Well, all right, let's think. I don't allow people to manipulate me. Don't get me wrong. However, it's not easy when you're on a healing journey just to stop doing all the things that you've been programmed to do. Because I don't even know who I am still. I was talking to my therapist about it last week, She actually said to me, Sandra, do you know who you are? I said, no. The only person that I know is what I've been moulded into. It's sad, Anyway, let's go back to this morning. Yeah, I had an appointment. Now, I had a phone call last week sometime from these people to turn around and tell me how they're cancelling my appointment on the Tuesday. I had to ask them, what appointment? What are you talking about? I ain't heard from you people since February sometime, and you're going to turn around and tell me that I've got an appointment that I don't know nothing about. When I'm trying to explain these kind of things to these so-called professionals on the phone, they want to turn around and tell you that, nah, that's not right, I'm turning around and telling you that I never received no letter. My support worker was sat right over there when the phone call come. And I turn around and tell her, listen, me and my support worker were just talking about this the other day. When I turn around and tell her I've not heard anything at all. Nothing at all. Yeah. For these people to try to turn around and tell me how they've sent me a letter and I've got an appointment for Tuesday, but they're actually calling to cancel it. I said, well, I'm not aware of no appointment. And I wasn't aware of no appointment, And with the normal process that it would normally be, yeah, you would receive a message, and they definitely would have sent me a letter to confirm this, yeah, because they love to remind everybody else about attending them appointments, yeah, and they love to turn around and make sure that everybody at time. sorry, they love to make sure that we as patients, yeah, who use their services turn up on time. Why are you lot not able to do that? Yeah? Why are you lot not able to do that? Why are you lot not able to turn up on time? Enough times I've gone to my appointments, yeah, and these are mental health services I'm talking about. My psychiatrist would have been changed. Don't turn around and just let me walk into a building when you know so that if I don't know the person, there's going to be a trust issue there, etc. They don't even have the common decency of letting you know you're going to have a different psychiatrist. This is how these people don't give a shit. They really don't care. They will make your mental health condition worse. I'm telling you. And I know that because I've had to put up with their services. Listen, since 2004 I had my road traffic accident, yeah. It's 2005 I moved down to Newham, yeah. And I'm not saying it's just Newham, but gee, I swear on my life, this is the worst. And when I tell you the worst place I've ever received any kind of services, whether from the local authority, when it's from my GP practice, my blinking dentist, my psychiatrist, all of it has been the worst, okay? Even hospital appointments. I've got damage to this shoulder because of not because of my existing issue, but because of my existing issue from my road traffic accident. I've now got nerve damage, yeah? I have to have regular scans, those scans where you have to go into the machine. I'm claustrophobic. They have to sedate me. I've now got an additional injury on top. Guess what? Anyone been made accountable for this? No. Guess who's in pain every day with this shoulder now? Guess who can't even put a handbag on this shoulder now? Me. Yeah, me. When is the accountability ever going to come to these kind of services? And do you know another way how they get away with it? Is when someone's depressed. Yeah? When someone's got depression and they've got no self-worth and they've got no self-esteem, etc. This is how all these services get away with it, you know. They also get away with it when their services are so shit and then the patient explodes, yeah? And the explosion is not anger. Let's get that right. The explosion is frustration, anxiety, all these feelings inside. This morning, let me explain. I actually wrote some notes when I came back from this appointment this morning. I just have the book, man. What is it with me? I swear on my life, I'm all over the place today because of these people. Just bear with me. I'm going to come back. I'm coming back. So, and you know something? This is what happens when I get stressed, yeah. Even though something might be right in front of me, I can't see it. Yeah? Now, this morning I did get up. I did see off my grandbabies and everything. Yeah, do all that kind of stuff. I was in an all right mood. Okay? And I had a trigger from someone not turning up on time to do them work inside my house, you know, which has been a regular occurrence, and it's starting to get to me. But I dealt with that. I dealt with it in the best way I possibly could, and I was calm. I then left my home in a taxi to go to my appointment. I was fine. Nothing wrong with me whatsoever. I was fine. Yeah, it was bloody hot out there, yeah, and I could feel the heat, but mentally, I was fine. Little stressed because I'm going to, let me just highlight that now. This was an emergency appointment, okay? This wasn't just a regular, everyday appointment. This was an emergency appointment. So let's get back to when they did phone me last Tuesday, yeah? No, it wouldn't have been last Tuesday because my support worker doesn't work on a Tuesday. They must have phoned me last Monday when she was here. Okay. That's right, they phoned me on the Monday to tell me that the appointment for the Tuesday is being cancelled. That's correct. And that's when I had the conversation with her about what appointment, what are you talking about? That don't make sense. I don't know nothing about an appointment. I've not received any letters about no appointment. I've not received no text message about no appointment, so I haven't got an idea what you're talking about. Even when I was turning around and telling her that she wants, oh, that doesn't make, no, that wouldn't. Listen, I'm turning around and telling you I haven't received it. And this is one thing, yeah, with services, when they turn around and make out that something's been sent out. Yeah, you don't have system errors. We rely on technology, do we not? You don't have system errors. Yeah? Damn people, I swear on my life. But anyway, listen. So, me and this girl talked, and she turned around and told me about how oh God, it's so, this is what happens when I'm so, when things get me to a point I literally cannot think, yeah, and these people have been testing me for years and years and years and years, and I'm on a healing journey, yeah, and the very people that are meant to be helping me, that I should be able to rely on, are the very people that I can't rely on. And this is what's getting me. It takes me back to my childhood, where the very, very people that I should have relied on, my mother and the so-called person that was meant to be my father, yeah, who turned out to be my step one, yeah. And I, years ago when I used to tell them, think about this man and this thing, but anyway, let me go back onto the thing, because this is what it's like. Once I start with one thing, it all brings up something else, and then it brings up something else, and it brings up something else, and then my head is going this. And this is all because of an appointment that was fucked up by a mental health service that shouldn't allow these things to happen. Okay, they'd be turning around and blaming the sun for it, yeah, because we had 37 or 38 degrees today. That will be the problem. It will be the sun, yeah. Right, there you go. But let me go through this. So anyway, last week she turned around and told me that she's the next available appointment. Basically, she couldn't tell me when the next available appointment was. However, it would be a while. I said, no, that's not fair. I've not seen a psychiatrist since February. And that was on a telephone conversation. My anxiety has risen very, very high, okay? Since I've been healing, I've noticed that where I'm speaking up more, believe me, I'm scared. Yeah, I get all those scared feelings of when I was a child again, all coming in, and Sandra, you're stupid, Sandra, you're going to get into trouble, Sandra, you're this, you're Sandra, you're that. Well, that I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to have this voice open, and when things are not right, I'm going to speak up on it. And one thing about me is I don't mince my words. Many people know that, and many people don't like that about me. But guess what? I don't give a shit. Yeah? I have services out there that are adequate, and then I wouldn't have to open my voice, would I? Yeah? So anyway, on the Monday, she turned around and told me that she's going to look into it and, this, that and the other. My girl just phoned me back on the Wednesday, yeah, to turn around and tell me how she knows that I need to see somebody as soon as possible. So she's booked me in an emergency appointment, okay? Face-to-face emergency appointment for the 18th of July at 11 a.m. I said, okay, cool. I then text that over to my support worker, let her know, because I'm terrible with attending appointments, etc. Because if I don't have 100% trust in things and stuff like that, and I was building back up my rapport with these services, yeah, from the female psychiatrist that I was talking to during lockdown. Yeah, she heard me. Yeah, most of them don't listen, but this one listened. Yeah, don't keep telling me that I'm depressed. I can work through all that kind of shit, but it's my anxiety, my panic attacks, those kind of things that get me into such a state that my heart rate will be up to 160. Yeah, that's not good. So we need to do something about that. Okay? So let me just capture back what's gone on. Monday, I get a phone call to turn around and say that the appointment that's for Tuesday is going to be cancelled, the appointment that I knew nothing about. Okay? No letter arrived at my house, no text message received on my phone. Okay? On the Wednesday, I then get a phone call, to tell me that she's booked me a face-to-face appointment, emergency appointment with a doctor. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, before Friday last week, we were all warned. Everyone was aware that we were going to have some messed up weather because of what we've been doing to our ozone level. Okay? We all knew that. Tell me, why did I leave my house this morning? Why did I actually spend £12 on taxis, 6 to get there and 6 to get back here? And the psychiatrist isn't even there. Can you believe I get there and the psychiatrist is not even there? So then straight away, because seriously, I've got emotion. Sorry, you see, this is what happens, I say, when I'm so, I cannot get words out properly, I struggle. Can you believe these people, the receptionists, yeah, wants to turn around and tell my support worker, with me in hearing distance, obviously, psychiatrist's not here today. My ears picked up quick time. I said, I beg your pardon? She said, the psychiatrist is not here today. I said, why is the psychiatrist not here today? I'm here. And she says, I don't know. I'm just looking into it. So by now, my heart rate's gone shoo. All these feelings of rejection, no one gives a shit, frustration that these people, mental health services, are inadequate still. Yeah. They love to spend all this money on, turning around and saying they're going to do this to make the services better. They're going to do this Why you keep throwing good money at bad? Get rid of everybody that's meant to be these bloody experts, yeah, and bring in some customers to do their jobs, yeah, because I tell you, we would do a damn better job. Yeah, a damn better job. These services would not be like this because we know what it's like to have to deal with services that are inadequate. Yeah. So as I was saying, my ears picked up when I heard that this person is not even in there today. And guess what the doctor's name is? Dr. Omen. Yeah. So this must have been an omen that it was going to fuck up today. Yeah. They weren't going to get their acts together once again. Yeah. Whilst we're having this conversation with the receptionist, do you know what the receptionist then turns around and says? That the psychiatrist sent an email at 7:35 this morning to say that they were not coming into the office today because of the heat wave. You know these people that love to blame another person when I worked at IBM, you were never allowed to blame your colleague, yeah, the previous person that spoke or the person that didn't pick up an email, or never, because that's not good, you blaming your colleagues, yeah, that is unprofessional. You pick up the issue and you deal with it. This is how these people should be working, yeah? And none of them are proactive. Because guess what? It's a mental health services so they can get away with the bullshit that they do to people. They can get away with it. And this is why I'm speaking up, because it's taken me a long time to get to this here, yeah? Even the kind of clothes that I'm now wearing, etc., because I've been moulded for too many years by too many people, and I've had enough of it. It's stopping. It's seriously stopping. Yeah, I might have a wobble like I had today, man. And because of these people today, oh my goodness, I'm going to tell you soon of how I had to deal with today. Yeah, because of these incompetent people. So the email came through at 7:35 this morning. 7:35. My appointment is at 11 o'clock. So you turn around and tell me a couple of things I want to know. Number one, what was I her first appointment at 11 o'clock? Yeah? Number two, if the email came in at 7:35 this morning, how comes I wasn't informed until I got to the place that the psychiatrist wasn't coming in? This is how much they care about patients, you know. Listen, I copped. I went mad. Yeah, my voice went up because this is frustration, anger, everything all at once. How dare they do this to me yet again? How dare they? Do you know, 2-3 years ago when I was self-harming, I'm self-harming because of inadequate services. Does that make sense to you? So I'm healing over all the trauma that happened to me as a child and through my domestic abuse, you know, as an adult as well, and all this kind of stuff, yeah. And I'm being abused, because that's what they're doing to me. They're abusing me by giving me inadequate services time and time again. And it is not just the mental health services as in East London Foundation Trust or the intricated care system or whatever they wish to call themselves right now, yeah. It's also the local authority, Newham Council, yeah. Them people there are just as bad, if not worse, when it comes to me self-harming in the past, especially, and with from reference my mental health well-being, because they really don't care. They seriously don't care. Be disabled in Newham, you're fucked, yeah, because they do not care. Okay. So I want to know 2 questions. Number one, was I the first and only patient from 11 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. And why was there no phone call to me, the patient, or a message to turn around and tell me this appointment was no longer happening? Yeah. They were inadequate, and failures happened from the receptionist all the way up to the psychiatrist. Because whilst we're doing all this, we've got all this going on, my phone rings. It's an unknown number. Because I run a support group, a user-led mental health group, I've picked up the phone thinking maybe it's a member, etc. I could barely hear this person on the phone. I said, listen, I don't know who you are. I can't understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to sort out an appointment at the moment that I've attended. Do you know, all of a sudden this woman started laughing and saying, I'm the psychiatrist. Who the fuck are you to be laughing on the phone to me when you're at your home, all nice and cool, etc., and I'm in the boiling hot heat, come out for an appointment that you're not even that? Where's the consideration that, hang on, you know, I shouldn't be laughing no matter what the situation is to a person that I'm calling on the telephone as a psychiatrist who's got a mental health illness? Where's the professionalism that Dr. Oman, OOMMAN, where's your professionalism? And believe me, do never give me this woman. Never give me this woman. I swear on my life, don't you ever give me this woman. Integrated care system. Do you understand me? Because I swear on my life, I want a written, not even a written apology. She needs to actually give me an apology. No, in fact, I don't care how she gives me this apology, but she needs to give me an apology, yeah? Because it's about time your doctors, your psychiatrists, your GPs and whatever are made accountable for their fuck-ups when it comes to the very people that they get paid to look after, yeah? They went into that job to look after people, yeah? Or did you go into the job just to get a bit of extra money rather than go and working in a supermarket or something? Yeah, because you can go and work in a supermarket and help people every day, yeah, without responsibility, yeah. How about going and doing that? Yeah, because I'm telling you, you should be ashamed of yourselves as services. You seriously should be ashamed of yourselves. So listen, I wrote some notes down today, yeah, because I swear in my life I've never been so vexed in my life, and when I come home I had to deal with it. For me to be able to get over what happened today, I literally just burst into tears. Yeah, my support worker had to hear. I made about 5-6 phone calls. Not one person picked up. The one person that did pick up, yeah, she got the brunt of it all. Yeah. When I'm in that kind of state, there's no talking about Sandra, calm down, Sandra this, Sandra that. No, there's no doing that. Yeah. You've triggered me to a point where, you lot need to fix it, yeah, and leave me the alone, yeah, and let me deal with it. But you need to fix this, because once again, I've lost all my trust in these services, and I've been trying to build it up for the last couple of years. But this is my reactions. This is what I wrote down, and this writing is not good. And must have been how upset I was when I come home. Number 1, felt no one cared. Number 2, anxiety, frustration, deflated. Sobbed, absolutely sobbed. Attempted to call people, no answer. This is what I was saying. I called 5-6 people, got nothing. Again, exploded by the time I did get somebody. I just exploded. Yeah. I then didn't even have my mental health support worker today, because I turned around and told her just to leave me alone, go away, because her services also have failed me time and time again. So when one service fails me, it seems to me that it just shows me that they're all the same. Well, it doesn't. No, let me get that right. It doesn't show me they're all the same. They show me that they're all the same. From my GP comments such as, I got anxiety as well, What? You want to turn around and tell me that over the phone when I'm turning around and telling you about an injury that happened when I went to a hospital and no one's done anything about it? Yeah? You want to turn around and tell me that you've got anxiety when you've been told to check out my heart for months and months and months, and you lot are not doing anything about it. You got anxiety when I'm getting upset because you very people that are meant to care about me are not doing your jobs. And what do I then get called? An angry black woman, yeah? They forget how I got to that point. And it's not, again, I will say, people ain't seen me angry, They think they've seen me angry, but what they've seen is a trigger from their incompetent work, yeah? Or people not listening to me, yeah? Because that's another thing. Don't let me feel as if I'm not being heard, because once again you're taking me back to my childhood, yeah, and I'm not prepared to be manipulated by anybody. I don't give a toss who you are. Is that understood? I really, really don't care. Oh, this heat is bad. But anyway, I then got here, and I did. What did I do? Before the taxi even got to my road, I went down, got the taxi to stop, and my self-harming was this today. Yeah, this, yeah, because I swear on my life, I would have normally come home, I would have normally punched a wall, or I would have cut myself somewhere, or I would have popped a few pills, to get me to sleep, or I would have done something like that just to get that release out of me. What did I do? I went to the shop, bought alcohol, drank 2 drinks, and then went and slept for the rest of the day, just to block all of this out. So what? Is that how my life should be because of inadequate services? Yeah? Because there was no one that I could turn to today. No one that I trusted to turn to today. That's what we've got to remember. Because I told you, once I lose trust with anything, anybody, any services, you need to get, it's not me that's got to sort that out, it's you. Yeah? Because I ain't done nothing wrong. It's you lot that have done nothing wrong with your incompetence. Yeah? So just remember that. So I come home and I drank 2 glasses of alcohol. Yeah? And then what was I doing during that as well? Constantly dissecting everything that had gone on today. Everything that had gone on today, I'm dissecting it. Yeah? How could I have acted different? What do you mean, how the fuck could you have acted differently, Sandra? Who caused this? Because it wasn't you. So you see, when I'm starting, how could I, that's me then starting to beat up myself because services are inadequate. No, sir. No. I'm not angry with myself. Yeah? I'm angry that I've allowed you lot to get to me yet again. Yeah? But I have to remember that I've got a mental health illness. That's the only reason you got to me. Because you reverted me back to the little child of not being heard. Mostly being lied to. Yeah, and that's a regular thing. People love to lie to me. Yeah? Etc. So, I'm going to turn around and tell you this now. East London Foundation Trust, Integrated Care Systems, Newham Council, GPs, dentists as well. Dentists have been messing me about. So 6 months chat, my teeth were messed up because of dentist. Yeah. 1 tooth out here was removed after some man licked up my face years ago and I had a wobbly tooth there. Yeah. They've never put anything in there. Now it's fucked up these 2 teeth here. So they didn't fill the gap. Yeah. Didn't fill the gap. Then last year, because I couldn't eat on this side, yeah, for nearly 3 years I could not eat on this side. I then messed up this side where I'd used one side of my mouth for 3 years. What happened? I broke a tooth. Yeah, they took that one out. Never filled it back, Now what? I've got gaps everywhere. I used to have a really lovely smile, And again, services and their inadequate sales have fucked me up again. So, the moral of this little story today is services, get your act together, because believe me, how many people have you killed? How many people are you going to kill with the inadequate staff that you constantly have coming into your services? The constant letdowns that you give people and no accountability. Why don't you lot start doing accountability by actually apologising for upsetting people so much? That would also be a start of starting to build trust. Stop blaming patients for when they flare up, because I swear on my life, if my support worker wasn't there today, they would have been mostly called the police and they would have done that when I flew. And I'm talking about, I wasn't smashing nothing up, I'm just talking about my heart rate started. Yeah, my voice gets louder. That's what happens, yeah. And that's when they want to turn around and tell me that I'm being aggressive. They ain't seen me aggressive. Believe me, you've never seen me aggressive. And the day that you do see me aggressive is when you definitely need to call police. Yeah? I'm telling you. Because that's the day that everything's going to be released out all at once. And I'm going to remember everything. Because that's one thing about me. This is why I got elephants all over the place. Because I'm a bit like them. Don't forget a flipping thing, Because I had to be like that from a child. Yeah? I had to be like that from a child. Don't forget nothing. Because if you get something, you're going to get some kind of beating or something's going to happen to you. Yeah? You watch. Do not forget a thing. So if you people, you services think that I forget things, I don't. It doesn't matter how stressful that I am, I guarantee you, I would have remembered what's going on. Yeah? Because that's what I had to do as a child. So I'm very, very good at that. Sort yourselves out, because believe me, these videos are going to come very, very fast from now on. Yeah? Because I am not the person who started this channel up last year. I'm a completely different person. Yeah, I might have had a wobble today. But believe me, I'm coming for you services. I am coming for you because you're doing things to people's lives that shouldn't be happening, yeah? And if you've got a bit of colour to your skin, oh, Jesus, that's even worse, yeah? That's even worse. because then that's it. They don't understand our culture at all, do they? Yeah, but that's what they'll be next. That's be the next thing, is that I'm being aggressive. Yeah, listen, I might sound West Indian, yeah, and this is again from the fuckeries that my family did to me as a kid, but I'm half African, yeah, and I know I've definitely got my dad's blood, my real father's blood running through my veins, yeah, because that man was a warrior in more ways than one, yeah, and I'm Papa's daughter. So if you think that I'm the little girl that I've been all my life, yeah, of being afraid to open this up, yeah, and to protect the very people that have abused me, it doesn't work like that anymore, yeah. I'm opening up my mouth as I've been doing for the last 18 months, and I'm going to continue doing it. You're failing, you're failures. You're failing so many people, it's unreal. And you people need to get your act together, seriously. How many people have you killed? Think about that when you go to bed at night. Did I handle that confrontation or that upset with that client today? Did I handle it rightly? Remember, you're dealing with people with a mental health illness. Stop blaming the people with a mental health illness and start looking at the service as to why that person's had a flip off. Yeah, because that's what's happened. And it's normally you guys that have caused that person to act like that. Yeah, you've got to remember. And there's one thing I want to end with. My quote that I love from the Joker. People, oh God, what is it? The worst thing about having a mental health illness is that people expect you to behave as if you don't. And that exactly ties in with what happened today. They mess up, I wasn't meant to react. How's that meant to be? And in a mental health service that failed me. Doesn't make sense.